free on Frozen Temple to see which of the players will kick off into a lead. Again, ByuN, if he wins this series, is the winner of the Leifeng Cup and will take home $1,400. If ByuN wins this, if aLive wins this series, we go into a second best of three because aLive has lost a best of three already today, whereas ByuN has not. And so ByuN not losing the best of three already has basically has two lives rather than one. The song was Speed the Collapse by Metric, as Toxic Queen 42 already answered though. Boom, someone beat me to it. That's nice. Even on no delay you beat me to it. So much faster than me. Incredible. Alright, anyways, gas first from both players here in this TvT as we set up onto Frozen Temple right from the get-go and look to see how we're going to be going here in the early stages of the game. So, gas first coming in, Refinery is finishing, and actually a second gas immediately from both players as well, as the 17 gas comes down. So the second gas means that we're probably going to see some Reaper Hellion here. Now, we've seen a lot of different ways of doing this recently, where we're going to be seeing the kind of the potential to kind of pull out a gas and go into kind of the factory nice and fast, and there's a potential to do so many different things really. So, be interesting to see how this turns out as we see just some workers jumping into the gas here. And we'll see. I mean, it was going to be Reaper Hellion, but to what extent? You know, we're going to see the Starports, the Liberators coming up early. Was it going to be something just a little bit different? That's what we're going to be looking to find out very, very soon. Factory coming down then. So setting up into this, and not really too much of a surprise there just yet. We just wait to see. I mean, pulling out of gas is one of the main things we'll look for right away, just as ByuN is doing. It's a perfect example here. So, just as ByuN is doing right away, he's just kind of building up and kind of pulling out of gas so that he can go Reaper Hellion without the starport, which means he will get a faster expansion. So he gets a faster expansion, but no starport to harass with. So it's a cool little kind of balance that we're going to be seeing, as we do see this Reaper does start to move out down the right-hand side, it seems. So Reaper will move down the right, and, well, as we mentioned before, factories are on the way up, and Reaper just on the way up as well. Hellion's on the way too in the early stages. So Reaper Hellion, and there's the difference coming in as aLive starts up his own starport. So again, aLive starting up his starport here allows him to be a little bit more aggressive as the game goes on, as the depot comes up to the left hand side of the main base. And this Reaper, just a little bit of a skirmish here on both Reapers. Both will disengage, though neither of them wanting to lose their first Reaper, because if you do lose that first Reaper, you're the player who's going to be in trouble when the Reaper Hellion wars really do begin. Two Reapers, and then actually pretty fast tech lab on the factory here from aLive, so it's actually going to be another Hellion from ByuN, and that actually makes these engagements even more important, as it's ByuN who loses the first Reaper, though a second Reaper too is going to go down to aLive with everything to attack forwards with here. Now a second Hellion comes out, that'll be nice, but is it really enough? As we'll see, ByuN's expansion may very well be delayed right now. A little bit of back and forth action as he does pick off a Reaper. Good trade so far. ByuN trading very well here. Again, that Hellion very low too. At this point, maybe, just maybe, there isn't enough for aLive to really keep on fighting with. All of a sudden, aLive goes from being kind of the Reapers ahead to kind of being at a Reaper disadvantage. As Hellions, they want to fight in. A third Hellion comes out, and it's the connections which will finish this off now. ByuN keeps his Hellions alive, so in the end, it's a ByuN favored trade. aLive just messing up the micro towards the very end of this here. Is very close though. Great micro from ByuN to keep those two Hellions alive on the lowest of hit points at the very, very end. SCVs continue to repair up these Hellions. One Hellion gets fully repaired right now, and another Hellion starting to be repaired as well. 3 Hellions in total will continue to defend, and we'll see what ByuN's counterattack will involve. He's got a Viking on the way up. A tech lab onto the factory means that he's probably just going to go into a Cyclone too. You can see currently out of aLive, he's already got one Banshee on the map and starting to move across. His cloaking field on the way up, getting ready for this Cloak Banshee harass in the next few moments, but will be difficult to do damage against a ByuN, who is so well prepared with a Viking, a Cyclone of his own very soon, and just the ability to kind of scan and clean up these Banshees so easily off of a much faster expansion. There's 3 Hellions at the front, while ByuN has to back away from this Cyclone right now. That's not going to be a good trade for him at all. So ByuN has to back away from this very quickly, right away, just moving up the right-hand side, and we're just going to be seeing aLive moving forwards a little bit right now as well. With this Banshee, let's see how much damage he can get done. As Cyclone just over halfway done, cloaks up right from the start. And, well, how far away are we from a scan? Well, he's got one already saved up, so ByuN knows about this possibility, and he's going to come in here right from the get-go. Is that going to go down? No, it shouldn't. Very low, though. But still, I mean, keeping the Banshee alive can force a second scan at least, which is nice. And now ByuN, however, does know, so you can actually commit in with a couple of turrets on the way. So a couple of turrets going to start building. Actually, this turret being targeted rather than the SCVs building it. Now SCVs are going to be targeted instead. And some damage being done. 2 workers killed by the Banshee already. As we see ByuN's Banshee starting to go across the map as well. So ByuN's Banshee starting to move across here. As we're going to see this Banshee is going to run out of energy in a moment or two. ByuN knows that, which is why, I was going to say which is why he doesn't scan, but I guess in the end probably maybe worthwhile compared to losing a few more units. This Banshee has to be careful as well. There's another scan available as the Cyclone locks on. Is he in range? He is, because there's a turret stopping the Banshee going through the south side. As now we're going to be seeing ByuN going to cloak up as well. Actually, he's going to get rid of his opponent's Banshee. No anti-air here from aLive. All of a sudden, ByuN will move in, and he's actually going to force GG because aLive knows he doesn't have anything to clean up that Banshee. And ByuN goes one map away already from being a victor here in the Leifeng Cup number 1546 to the top right side of the map. Is going to be our Red Terran player who has to win 2 maps in a row to then force another best of 3, which he has to win again to win the Leifeng Cup. It is aLive. And we have to the bottom left-hand side. It is going to be ByuN from Team Expert. Obviously right now is in California preparing for his first matches of the WCS Global Playoffs this year in just a couple days time. Let's just set up and look to see how this is going to be going over the next few rounds. Refinery comes down. Gas first play from aLive. Going to be a little bit different here then as ByuN. He's going to go Rax Gas. So we're going to be seeing a bit of a difference play. I think gas first is so common in the TvT that when you don't see gas first, it is intriguing to see what exactly the players are going to get up to try and counter that. And there is our answer actually, a second Rax. Going to be a 2 Rax Reaper opening out of ByuN. So a bit of a different way to open, can work well here on Galactic Process. And while it's not going to be overly aggressive, it is going to be an aggressive follow-up actually. So the second gas coming down is one of 2 ways to basically go around 2 Rax Reaper builds. You can go 2 Rax Reaper with 1 gas, which basically leads you into an expansion very early because you get them 400 minerals up and you're able to work with them very easily. However, the other way of doing this is to go in towards the second gas, which is exactly as what ByuN is doing here. And that means that his factory will come up very soon after these Reapers. And then with a factory, he starts to produce a bunch of Hellions. And it's almost like an amplified Reaper Hellion attack, where you're just going to have so many more Reapers in the early game to work with and to go in from. So, pretty interested to see how exactly it turns out. The gas first from aLive turns out to be gas first Reaper expand. So, Reaper on the way, expansion down, and now he'll begin to head in towards a factory, starport, and his sort of early game 1-1-1 setup to play with and be aggressive with. As we wait to see ByuN, well, he's at this point now with his next 100 gas, which is coming up very shortly, should go into that factory to start producing the Hellions as well. And there is the factory dropping down. So 2 Reapers starting to go across, or 1 Reaper starting to go across the map, 2 more on the way. And we're getting ready to see this setup from ByuN in the early stages, just looking to see what he can get up to. And it's going to be an interesting setup because actually look at what aLive's doing. He's building a reactor now as well. He is not immediately going to have a whole chunk of units to defend against this. As this Reaper over aLive just going to be moving through, and this Reaper ByuN just going to get a couple of shots off onto this SCV. Not too many though, as this Reaper ByuN does just back away. Second Reaper joined in though, of course, and a third across the map. Looking to get some damage done. Up the ramp we go. aLive responds quickly. Nice grenade to alleviate the kind of pressure from these Reapers, but it's not enough. We still do see these 2 Reapers coming in. They pick off an SCV as well, and this is where things become a little bit troubling. Hellion isn't done. Marines aren't done. And ByuN is going to find himself doing a lot of damage in the early stages. Will delay the starport from coming up. You'll get 2, now 3 workers killed overall here. Now 4 as well. And it's just going to keep on rising. 3 Reapers against a Hellion and 2 Marines. Well, actually, the 2 Marines might just be the saviors in this, as the Reapers might have to back away again here very shortly. Gets rid of 1 Marine already, pulls back nicely. So far, his pressure will continue. Another Marine going down. No more Marines being produced right now, as we do see the Hellion, though, starting to make some progress. 1 more worker goes down. That will be enough for ByuN at this point. He's delaying the command center as well, remember. And ByuN puts himself 6 workers ahead and in a great position at the start of game number 2 of this best of 3 series, as we do see him leading 1-0. Still delaying the command center. SCV cannot start to build that again just yet, as Reapers continue to pick away at this. I mean, at some point aLive has to do something about this. 2 Hellions right now aren't the answer. 2 more very well maybe, but is that just going to be too late? These Reapers continue to fight against this command center. It's getting so low. I get the feeling that ByuN is going to take this down. I mean, the 2 more Hellions are about to pop so soon here. What health we want? 250, now 200, down to 150. It's going to fall, absolutely no doubt about it. This has to be a cancel. There it is. aLive waiting until the last possible second. It's still hard for him to fight down this, actually, with the concave, which ByuN has set up. He can be very difficult for the kind of Hellion player to kind of move down the ramp into this position, as we're going to be seeing the scan, allowing him to pick away at the depot here for a moment or two. That Hellion very nearly going down, has to be cautious. Now setting up onto a concave on the ramp almost, as ByuN continues to push himself into a better and better position. Another grenade comes down, and just going to be backing away once again. 2 more Reapers have joined up. ByuN starts his own CC, which obviously will come up in a lead here. And man, you've got to wonder to yourselves, what on earth is aLive meant to do now? He's got 4 Hellions still up. He's got 5 Hellions still up. And he's got a starport here to work with as well, but I just don't know if he'll have enough here overall. A couple of SCVs repairing up a Hellion or 2. I don't know. I really don't. I'm going to see these Hellions continue to just set on up. 3 Hellions, bunch of Reapers. And aLive going to be moving forwards here. Just as one medevac looking to see what he can get up to. Starport going to lift and going to be moving on to a tech lab. So looks like there's Cloak Banshee time from aLive, unless he just wants to play safe and try and minimize further damage by going in towards a Raven. Hellions move down this ramp. They're going to take the fight. Actually, it's a good fight. And as ByuN tries to back away with whatever he can, he'll actually just stick around and try and trade it out. So, I mean, at this point, ByuN losing some units is kind of painful because it does mean that maybe aLive can counterattack and get something done. But he's still so far ahead in general that all he does have to do is defend, and he should be alright in this. 3 Hellions remain alive, so definitely not a bad trade from aLive there. We have a Cyclone up though, Starport with Reactor on it, means that double Viking can continue to produce, so you'll have air control. He's going to have a lot of Marines coming up because he has 2 racks early. He's already got Stim over halfway done. So ByuN's position in the game continues to just look completely fine. Yeah, a bit behind in army supply, but all you have to do is defend this attack, which with an air control advantage is actually very easy for him to do. Takes down 1 Viking already to just push that even further in his favour. A few Marines of aLive moving on forwards. A few Hellions coming up from the back as well. And this Tankovac is still towards the frontier also. This Tankovac getting ready to see what it can do as SCV just repairing up a Viking right now. And the Marines just going to start moving forwards, and the Cyclone just going to back away a little bit further. And we've seen this Tankovac from aLive continue to push on forwards here. The Hellions pushing on in as well. Here we go. ByuN's just going to start moving out into this. He's going to take the fight. This medevac will go down quickly. The tank will not be far behind. SCV's pull back away from those Hellions, which is definitely the correct decision here. Viking might want to land out of ByuN to actually just help him with the defense. Going to stay in the skies for now. He will clean this up quite convincingly anyway. 5 workers lost keeps ByuN just a few workers ahead still, but aLive is definitely clawing his way back into worker count. Problem is, aLive before did have an army supply advantage. Now he doesn't. He's dropped down to a 9 army deficit just because he's kind of traded army to kill workers killed, whereas before ByuN gained so much without losing much army at all. So pretty crazy. 2 more workers going down here. aLive with the Cloak Banshee just getting a little bit done. Begins to build his 3rd base on position as well. This is exactly the sort of position he wants to build that 3rd base in. I mean, again, he wants to take every little risk he can get to just try and claw his way back into this right now. So by just building up and, popping down the 3rd base in location, it just gives him a bit of an advantage there in terms of timing. I love this drop though. 2 tanks, 8 Marines. It's such a powerful drop that so often does so much. ByuN will be sighted here by a single Marine, so gives aLive a bit of pre-warning. It's still a hard drop to stop though, as ByuN not with a scan just yet. Cloak Banshee will pick off a Marine and will then continue to back away. Banshee, continue to move around here. Here we go. ByuN going to drop in, and you know what? aLive is just not in position. I wonder if he just didn't see this, as these medevacs want to deny the 3rd base. Yeah, I think it's the best choice. He's going to get the Cyclone kill as well. Cancels the 3rd, which is maybe one of the ways that aLive can get back in the game by having a faster 3rd as ByuN. We'll just save this tank as well. I mean, yeah, 3rd base is going to go down. He's got Stim as well, and that's a huge advantage. About to have combat shields and Stim against no bio upgrades of aLive. That's actually going to be a huge feature of this game as time passes by. 1 tank gets taken down, but he does escape with the other tank and the rest of the Marines. I mean, killing the 3rd base already is a big benefit, and ByuN is once again going to be the player who is continuing to expand more quickly in this game. Marines starting to take down these rocks. Starting to get rid of a few of those, and just going to be opening up the map a little bit, and again, just creating opportunities to keep on attacking, making sure his opponent can't get in position down here of a siege tank line and take an advantage, which ByuN shouldn't allow to happen. So ByuN just minimizing opportunities for his opponent. And again, he might just kind of attack forwards. He still has Stim and combat shields against nothing at all of his opponent, which is pretty insane to kind of really think about. I mean, by the time Stim finishes, which he should do for the next fight, he's still going to have about 100 seconds of combat shield advantage, which is going to be so useful. Combat shields is an upgrade you cannot fight without in a TvT if your opponent has the upgrade. So it's going to be giving aLive so many opportunities to attack, and he's also holding that +1 advantage on the attack upgrades as well. His armor will finish faster too. ByuN has everything to play for with this attack coming up, as he's about to be $1,400 richer if this game continues to go well for him. Pushing forwards, 57 RB supply to the 30, and ByuN, he knows he's got an opportunity. He scans ahead, he sees there's barely anything of his opponent, he sees no combat shield still. And here we go, Marines for now, just going to avoid those tanks to the side. This medevac getting ready to come in towards the main base here. A couple of Vikings being a little bit of a nuisance right now, but Marines can help to defend that as, here we go, aLive is just shelling away at the natural expansion. Can't necessarily just attack on into this because of the tanks of his opponent. He knows that he's staying out of position or staying in ranges. Here we go. Actually, the tanks drop forwards, and now they lift up. That's the Marines' chance to get forwards here. He picks off one tank. The other tank has to lift up. Continues to back away. Vikings of ByuN come in. And actually, it's just a drop in the main base, which will make aLive tap out. He knows he's not going to have enough to clean this up eventually, which means that aLive taps out for